Since primitive times the art of making candles has been around. Naturally, with the passing of time, they become much different in nature than they were back then. In the early days candles were a heat and light requirement. Today they serve in our homes as decorations, beautifully smelling devices, and give light for romantic dinners and baths. The first recorded use of candles is not recorded to the complete. The remains of clay candle holders dating back to 4 BC gave us the idea they were in use for a very long time. In Egypt those holders of clay candles were found. In ancient times candles were also used in both China and Japan. These candles were made of insect and seed extracted wax. India's taper candles were made of wax that was extracted from boiled cinnamon. In American candles are not believed to exist until 1 AD. It's suspected to be the oily fish burned by Native American and the cherry tree back. When settlers arrived in New England, similar methods were employed in extracting wax from bayberries. Many modern candle makers still use this method to make candles from bayberry. But doing so is very expensive. In the 1600s and 1700s tallow was the substance used to make candles. It is a byproduct of pet fat. The drug worked well but, particularly when it was burning, had a foul odor. Beeswax and paraffin wax were both introduced in the early 1800s, and the use of tallow ceased. The cycle of dipping taper candles as we know it today began in AD 13. Traveler merchants went from city to city, door to door. While there they were making taper candles in their homes for individuals. The principle of using molds for different types of candles was developed in Paris around 15 AD. While this greatly enhanced the method of producing candles, there were still problems getting the candles to burn properly. Candle makers in the 1800s thought the wick was the candle's weakest area, as well as the source of faulty burning patterns. In 1825 a braided wick was produced which appeared to significantly improve the burning of different types of candles. By 1830 a method for producing candles using paraffin wax and molds had been in operation. These candles were of good quality, and were well burned. The candle making method continued to develop as gas and electricity were added. Melting of the paraffin wax was much smoother and quicker. The reason so many of the candle making elements stayed the same, including the hand dipping process, is believed to be because candle popularity decreased with the arrival of electricity. Candle making is a well-known form of art today. Many companies make beautiful candles with some really special fragrances. There are also small companies still in their kitchen making their candles by themselves. Candle making is a perfect hobby and enjoyable activity to include the entire family. Now candles are more used for comfort and enjoyment than for heat or illumination. The candle industry keeps growing with the launch of new types of candles all the time. The quantity of colors, fragrances, and candle styles to choose from on the marketplace is simply incredible. Candles are a very common piece of home decoration. They're used to accentuating every space in your house. They're a popular centerpiece for formal dinner parties and occasions. In American culture, the unity candles that are watched over at many weddings retain a deep sense of tradition. The art of candle making has certainly improved over time. If you're interested in trying your hand at it, choose an easy-to-make candle such as the container candle or the votive. That will give you the opportunity to get used to the process. Several decent candle making kits are available for a low price as well as books to give you tips and support along the way.